And now we get to attaching the grip frame to the receiver. Actually, for the Denix, the first thing before you actually work on this is you have to remove this pin. It's just like the original, the grip frame is permanently attached to the receiver. Got the Denix right here, and I believe it's made out of 2 pieces. They're somehow pressed together, and once they're together, there's no way to easily remove it. Well, it's all assembled. The AGM, this one is all steel, whereas the Denix is zinc. But the AGM, they have this little groove here that they had O-ring, but when you push and pull that out a few times, small O-ring gets damaged. But it is the right size for E-clip. Now to remove the Denix, what I did, I ground on the head of it till it was just about paper thin, and I punched it through. Now to reattach these, I could use the AGM on here, but it just doesn't quite fit. This is just about exactly 8 millimeters. This one's slightly smaller. I could just take a 8 millimeter reamer, ream out the hole, use this either with O-ring or with the E-clip. Problem solved. But I still want to use it with my AGM, so I have to come up with something for the Denix. Now with the Shoei, they have a steel pin with E-clip. Pretty much the same as the AGM, just shaped slightly different. And probably a little bit more accurate. And with the GSG, they went with a button head screw. Now this Denix pin could still be used. Drill through the center on a lathe, tap it for a button head screw. That would also work. But I think I'm going to take the more complicated route of making a whole new pin. I'd like it to be all steel, but I'm still not certain if this way with E-clip is the way to go, or if I really want to do the button head. Button head is a lot easier to do. So there's a few options. And one thing I did forget to mention on the receiver is originally right on here there was a ridge, just like on the Shoei MKB42 and the GSG, which the GSG is called the MP44, but it's actually more of a MP43, but I'll get to that on a later video. This ridge was for originally attaching the first design of a scope, and the Germans found that it didn't work out quite as well as they thought it was, so they switched to a rail attached to the side right here, and it worked better. So MP43 still had this feature carried over, but when it switched to the MP44, they switched to flat side just like this. And for the STG44, they remain with the same receiver. So I had previously just ground down that ridge, but then I later found just starting with the Denix will work out much better.